Before the noise of another week begins, before responsibilities return, before the world starts demanding your attention again, pause. This is your moment of stillness, your moment to step outside the chaos of life. The Stoic philosophers believed that every day offers an opportunity to train the mind. But Sunday is something different. Sunday is not only a day of rest, it is a day of preparation. A day to examine your thoughts, a day to strengthen your character, a day to reset your mind before stepping back into the world. Tonight, we will practice the ancient Stoic ritual of reflection. Together, we will clear the weight of the past week and prepare ourselves for the one ahead. So, sit comfortably. Take a slow breath in and let the mind become quiet. Part 1. The Stoic Pause. The Stoics understood something most people forget. Life moves quickly, too quickly. We rush from one obligation to the next, one worry to another, one distraction to the next. But wisdom begins the moment we pause. The Roman emperor-philosopher Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself, "People seek retreats for themselves, in the country, by the sea, in the mountains, but you can retreat into yourself at any moment. This is that retreat, right here, right now. Close your eyes if you wish. Let the noise of the world fade away. Let the endless conversations inside your mind begin to settle. You do not need to solve every problem tonight. You only need to observe. Observe your thoughts. Observe your breathing. Observe the simple fact that you are alive." The Stoics believed awareness was the first step toward wisdom, because a mind that can observe itself is a mind that cannot be controlled by chaos. Part 2. Releasing the weight of the past week. Think back to the week that has just passed. The conversations, the challenges, the frustrations. Perhaps someone disappointed you. Perhaps something did not go according to plan. Perhaps you made mistakes. But Stoicism teaches us something powerful. The past cannot be changed. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Not as a threat, but as a reminder. Life is short. Too short to carry unnecessary anger, too short to carry regrets forever. Tonight, we practice the Stoic art of letting go. Ask yourself quietly, what anger am I still holding? What resentment am I carrying? What mistake am I replaying again and again in my mind? Now imagine placing those burdens down, not ignoring them, not pretending they never happened, but releasing their control over you. Because the Stoics understood something deeply important. Your peace of mind is too valuable to be held hostage by the past. Part 3. The Discipline of Acceptance. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught one of the most important lessons in philosophy. He said, "Some things are within our control, and some things are not." This single idea has the power to transform your life. Most suffering comes from confusing the two. We try to control other people. We try to control outcomes. We try to control circumstances. But the Stoics remind us, you control only 3 things. Your thoughts, your choices, and your actions. Everything else belongs to the world. When we accept this truth, a strange peace appears. Suddenly the mind becomes lighter. You no longer carry the impossible responsibility of controlling everything. You only focus on what belongs to you, your character, your decisions, your response to life. And that is where true power lives. Part 4. Preparing the mind for the coming week. Now imagine the week ahead. New challenges, new conversations, new responsibilities. Most people approach the future with anxiety, but the Stoics approached it with preparation. They practiced something called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of difficulties. It means imagining obstacles before they arrive. Not to become pessimistic, but to become prepared. Ask yourself, what difficulties might appear this week? a difficult co-worker, a stressful task, unexpected problems. Now imagine facing those moments calmly. Imagine responding with patience instead of anger, wisdom instead of reaction, clarity instead of panic. Because the Stoic mind does not hope for an easy life, it prepares for a meaningful one. Part 5. Strength through adversity. There is a strange truth about life. The strongest minds are rarely built in comfort. They are built through challenge. Seneca once wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor strengthens the body." Think about every challenge you have faced, every obstacle, every painful moment. They shaped you. They trained your resilience. They sharpened your understanding of life. Without them, you would not be who you are today. The Stoics believed adversity was not an enemy. It was a teacher. Every problem carries a lesson. Every setback contains an opportunity for growth. So instead of fearing the struggles that may appear this week, welcome them, because they are the training ground of your character. Part 6. The power of inner stability. The world is unpredictable. Markets rise and fall. People change. Plans collapse. Circumstances shift without warning. If your happiness depends on these things, your happiness will always be fragile. But Stoicism offers another path. Build your stability inside yourself. When your peace comes from character, from discipline, from wisdom, then nothing external can easily shake you. You become like a mountain. Storms may pass overhead, but the mountain remains unmoved. This is the Stoic ideal. Not emotional suppression, but emotional mastery. Not indifference, but inner balance. Part 7. Gratitude for the present moment. Before we close this meditation, take one moment to recognize something simple. You are alive, right now, breathing, thinking, learning, growing. Many people spend their lives chasing happiness somewhere in the future, but the Stoics practiced gratitude for the present moment. They understood that this moment, this exact moment, is already a gift. Notice the calm of this quiet reflection. Notice the steadiness of your breathing. Notice the clarity beginning to return to your mind. This is the reward of philosophical practice. Not wealth, not status, but inner peace. Part 8. The illusion of urgency. One of the greatest traps of modern life is the illusion that everything is urgent. Every notification, every message, every demand. It feels as though the world is constantly pulling at your attention. But the Stoics understood that urgency is often an illusion created by the mind. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This means you do not have to respond to everything immediately. You do not have to be pulled into every argument. You do not have to give your attention to every distraction. Your attention is one of the most valuable things you possess. Where you place it determines the quality of your life. So this week, practice a Stoic discipline. Pause before reacting. Pause before answering. Pause before giving your energy away. Because the calm mind always sees more clearly than the rushed one, and clarity is the beginning of wisdom. Part 9. The Stoic relationship with time. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once wrote something profound. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Most people believe they lack time, but the Stoics believed the real problem was distraction. Think about how easily hours disappear. Endless scrolling, pointless arguments, worrying about things that never happen. But imagine something different. Imagine using your time intentionally, choosing meaningful work, meaningful conversations, meaningful growth. Time is the only currency that cannot be replaced. Once it is spent, it is gone forever. So tonight, reflect quietly. How will you spend your time this week? Will it be consumed by distractions or invested in things that truly matter? A Stoic life is not a rushed life. It is a deliberate one. Part 10. The quiet strength of self-control. In a world that rewards loud reactions, the Stoics admired quiet strength. They believed the greatest victories were not over others, but over oneself. Anyone can lose their temper. Anyone can react impulsively. Anyone can allow emotions to control their actions. But the Stoic trains something different. Self-control. The ability to pause before speaking. The ability to remain calm when provoked. The ability to act according to reason rather than emotion. This kind of strength is invisible to most people, but it is one of the most powerful forms of discipline. When you control your reactions, no one else can control your mind, and that freedom is priceless. Closing reflection. As this Sunday comes to an end, remember this. You cannot control everything that will happen in the coming week, but you can control who you choose to be. You can choose patience. You can choose discipline. You can choose courage. And most importantly, you can choose wisdom.